Welcome back to part 13 of Life Process chapter. In this video, we are going to study about structure and function of nephron. Nephrons are the structural and functional unit of a kidney, and each kidney is made up of numerous nephrons, and the nephrons in turn consist of renal corpuscles and renal tubule. Renal corpuscle consists of tuft of capillaries called glomerulus and Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule is a cup-shaped structure and it is the beginning of the tubular content of a nephron. Glomerulus is enclosed in this sac. Efferent arteriole brings blood and efferent arterioles takes blood away from the glomerulus. Renal tubule consists of proximal convoluted tubule, which is also known as PCT, Henle's loop, it is also known as loop of Henle, which has two parts, descending and ascending loop. Distal convoluted tubule, also known as DCT, and collecting duct and tubule. Here we can see the figure of glomerulus and Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule is the cup-shaped structure, what you can see here in blue color. This tuft of capillaries is known as the glomerulus. The efferent arteriole is bringing blood to the glomerulus and the efferent arteriole is taking blood away from the glomerulus. Now here in the second diagram you can see renal tubules. Renal tubule has the first part called proximal tubule, which is also known as PCT. After PCT there is a U-shaped deep structure known as loop of Henle. After loop of Henle we are having distal tubule or distal convoluted tubule or DCT, which enters into the collecting duct. So this is the entire structure of nephron, which starts with the glomerulus. You can see the efferent and the efferent arteriole. After that you can see the Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule is cup-shaped, which leads to the renal tubule part, proximal convoluted tubule or PCT. Then you can see the loop of Henle, which leads to the distal convoluted tubule. The distal convoluted tubule leads to the collecting duct. So this is the structure of nephron. Next we can move to the function of nephron. The main function is formation of urine. There are 4 steps involved. First one filtration, second one reabsorption, third one secretion, and the last one excretion. First we will be discussing about filtration. Filtration occurs in glomerulus. 1/5 of the plasma is filtered as the blood passes through the glomerulus. Only part which is left out in the blood vessel are proteins, RBC, WBC and platelets. This process is also called ultrafiltration. It is a passive diffusion process. The fluid after filtration enters the Bowman's capsule. This fluid is called filtrate. Now moving on to second step, reabsorption. Reabsorption takes place in the renal tubule. It is either passive or active diffusion. Substances which are useful in the filtrate are reabsorbed back into the blood. Substances reabsorbed include water, sodium chloride, glucose, amino acids, magnesium, calcium, phosphate, etc. Now third step, secretion. Secretion happens in the renal tubules. Some waste which was left out in the blood is given back to the filtrate. Substances like creatine, potassium, urea are secreted back into the filtrate. Now moving on to the last process, excretion. Filtrate reaches the collecting tubule. Now it is called the urine. From collecting tubule, urine reaches the collecting duct. It is then removed out of the kidney through the ureter. Ureter moves into the urinary bladder and then it moves out of the body with the help of urethra. Urge to urinate is under voluntary nervous control. Now here you can see the diagram of function of nephron. So first process, filtration, occurs near the glomerulus. After that, second, third and fourth process occurs in the renal tubule. Second process, reabsorption, where you can see substances moves from the filtrate to the blood, and secretion, substances from the blood moves back to the renal tubule, and excretion is removing out of urine from the body. Now let us talk about dialysis. The kidney may be damaged due to infection, injury, diabetes or high blood pressure. A damaged kidney could not remove urea. This results in the accumulation of urea in our body, which can be harmful. One of the ways to treat kidney failure is to use a dialysis machine that acts as an artificial kidney. Purification of blood by using artificial kidney is called hemodialysis. Now let us talk about dialysis machine. Dialysis machine consists of a long tube-like structure suspended in a fluid called dialysis fluid. The tube is partially permeable, so it allows diffusion of solutes. Dialysis fluid has the same concentration as normal tissue fluid, but urea and excess salt are absent in it. During dialysis, blood from the patient is withdrawn from the artery and pumped through the machine. Here, the urea from the blood diffuses into the dialysis fluid due to concentration difference. Blood is purified and pumped back into the patient's body through a vein. So this is the diagram showing process of dialysis. Here you can see that blood is removed for dialysis from the artery. Blood is kept at 0-degree temperature and an anticoagulant is added. Heparin is an example for anticoagulant which prevents the clotting of blood. Then the blood moves to the dialysis machine where dialysis filtrate is present. Dialysis filtrate will absorb urea and excess salt from the blood. Blood is purified and this purified blood is taken back into the body through a vein. Here we come to the end of this video. Chapter life process is also over. Thank you for watching.